Here we are in the Salinas Valley, about halfway through the RAV4 EV Charge to Charge tour. Met some incredible people, seen some incredible things. The Green Drive Expo was fascinating to understand sort of misconceptions about electric cars.
The battery technology is good technology. It's proven technology. They're going to last for the life of the vehicle. And even if you did have to replace them, they're at a reasonable cost.
You know, they do 99% of what most people need to do. Your microwave is never what you're going to use to cook your Thanksgiving turkey.
Right.
You still use it every day. And yet, in the meantime, day in and day out, these are so much more fun. They're so much cheaper to drive. They're quieter. They're smoother. I mean, there's no end to the benefits and the things people like about them.
So what's great to see is all these innovators who have been tinkering and pushing this stuff for years and also investing in the mainstream. And so you can see in the EAA, an organization that's been around for 45 years. We went to their Cupertino EV rally and show. One of the gentlemen we talked to bought the first generation Toyota RAV4 EV. Has driven it for over 100,000 miles. He was so excited to get in the new one, feel how much faster it was. The passion that these guys have to just, that this is what they are into. Very cool to be part of EV Week, setting up charge points at AT&T Stadium and around the city, seeing the city actually really pushing to bring this thing into the mainstream. What's really neat about California is the incredible amount of innovation and technology here, and yet surrounded by incredible landscapes. There's so much to do outside, and it clearly is an inspiration for these companies. So one thing I really liked about Other Lab was just how open they are to where ideas come from, and led them to playfully start messing around with these things.
So we made her an inflatable elephant, sent that off to her for Christmas. She used to jump around the trampoline with it, and then one day she called me up and said, "Uncle Saul, can you make it walk so I can ride to school on the inflatable elephant?" That's actually where some of these ideas came from.
Okay. What I found interesting about Makani was just thinking about how they looked at a problem and approached it differently.
Very simply, what we think about doing was to get rid of most of the mass in the conventional turbine and only fly the most useful, the most effective part, and that's the tip. And that's because it's moving the quickest and it's also sweeping through the most area.
So what's amazing about being in California is the incredible amount of innovation. At Makani, stumble into an office, meet some engineers working on this incredible project called NatTell.
The goal is to create low impact, high benefit energy from our existing water resources. And whether that's built water infrastructure, so you're leveraging existing assets, or looking at new build and doing that new build in a much lower impact way.
So we had to figure out how to come up with a technology that can effectively pass huge quantities of water to make meaningful quantities of power, but do so at small drops so that we don't flood a lot of land and cause a lot of environmental impact.
Instead of being incremental design, they took a whole new run at it and came up with something totally new which may transform the industry.
It's technologies or solutions that find opportunities to address markets that aren't currently being addressed. I think the most successful companies are the ones that recognize disruption around the corner and are comfortable disrupting themselves, recognizing that there's a life cycle and you have to sort of be willing to move and grow out of something that you're doing, and that's just a means to an end to always staying relevant.
We've really gone to people realizing that it is absolutely about collaboration and teams, smart people with different expertise in various areas coming together to create amazing things.
And we drove 2,500 miles across India from the south to the north to document all the innovations and exciting ideas and YouTube them and tweet about them and share with the world like what's happening. I saw so many beautiful solutions, kind of inspiring innovations, technologies, ideas across the country. So every city we stopped in would be like this climate circus caravan, and young people would just gather and get inspired, and we'd then go document these, drip irrigation and solar panels and green buildings.
You combine all these people working together to create something, and that's how you create true innovation. Even more excited about electric vehicles after spending some time driving the RAV4. Lots more to come. We are headed south.